that each and every character, each and every incident of Ramayan has a spiritual significance.
Yes.
Not the religious, the spiritual significance. And it has a day-to-day significance. So today what I was trying to do is pick up the four main characters, the four brothers, and try to relay how those four brothers fit into our daily 24 hours. What is the representation of those four brothers into our day-to-day life? And if whoever knows the Ramayan story, the four brothers are Ram, Bharat, Lakshman and Shatrughan. So Lakshman and Shatrughan are twins. Ram and Bharat are from different mothers. Lakshman and Shatrughan are from the third mother and they are twins. So what I will try to explain is why are two of them twins? Why Ram and Bharat have such of a strong love bond? And then in the entire story, you will always see that Ram and Lakshman are together. Even when they go to exile, they had the fight with Ravan. It's Ram and Lakshman who are always together. It is Bharat and Shatrughan who are always together in the entire story. So this is what I was trying to kind of share, that what is the representation of these four brothers in our 24 hours and why is the combination of Ram and Lakshman always there and the combination of Bharat and Shatrughan always there. So this is just one of the very small kind of a concept. There are so many characters in this book. Hanuman is there, Sita is there, Ravan is there. There are 10 other different kind of demons in the character. What each and every character and what role it plays in our life. So this is basically what we discuss, the spiritual angle and the day-to-day angle. So today we will start with that. So are we live now? Okay, good. So as we all know that the story is primarily around Ram and Sita and Lakshman, how they are sent to the exile and then the king of demons, Ravan, comes and kidnaps Mata Sita. And then there is a fight where Lord Ram kind of defeats Ravan and then take Mata Sita back to Ayodhya. So this is the high level story of Ramayan as we all know it. So today we will talk about what are these four brothers, why are two of them twins, why Ram and Bharat are so close together, and why do we always see Lakshman and Ram and Shatrughan and Bharat together. So to understand this, take a look at the whole 24 hours that we live in. So we wake up every morning, we do our morning routine, then we either go to work or we go to school or whatever our day-to-day routine is, we do that. And what happens towards the end of the day? Then we kind of ramp it down, have food and then go to sleep. So in the time of the day when we are awake, we are processing a lot of emotions. We process happiness, we process sorrow, hatred, jealousy, success, failure. There is a whole spectrum of emotions that we follow. And there's a lot of energy that goes in processing those emotions. We get mentally drained, we get mentally tired because there is just so much emotions to process, right? This is what Lakshman is resemblance of. Now pause this for a minute. Now when you are going to sleep, you go through dreams. What happens in dreams? We process the same spectrum of emotions that we process when we are awake. So for example, you buy a Mercedes. When you are awake, you go and you buy a new car. So you process emotions of being happy, successful, rewarded. You feel something, achieved. If you are dreaming and in the dreams you go and you buy the same Mercedes, you will process the same emotions while you are dreaming. Though there is no Mercedes, you haven't bought the Mercedes in the dreams, but you still experience the same emotions. So the experience of emotion and the energy that goes in processing those emotions is same regardless you are up or you are dreaming. If somebody says anything bad to us, we feel hatred or jealousy or resentment when we are awake. But if the same person says something bad to us when we are dreaming, we will still have the same spectrum of emotions. So that is why Lakshman is the resemblance of a state of being awake, and his twin brother Shatrughan is the resemblance of the dream state. Because in both the stages, the emotion processing is the same. So this is one twin brothers, Lakshman and Shatrughan, the state of being awake and the state of dreams. Now comes the later stage. After dreams, what happens? We enter into deep sleep. When you are in deep sleep, so sometimes when you wake up after dreams, you feel, oh, I felt topsy-turvy, I was just taking turns around, I didn't sleep good, I'm not feeling that energetic. But once you go into deep sleep and you wake up from deep sleep, our experience is totally different. We feel charged up, we feel energetic, we feel vitality. Because in deep sleep, there is no process of emotions. In deep sleep, there is no jealousy, there is no hatred, there is no condemnation, there is no resentments, there is no judgment passing. So that is what deep sleep is about. And that is why we feel so energetic in the deep sleep state, because there's nothing to process. It is like you are driving a hybrid car. So when you are driving, you are exhausting the energy. What happens when we are at the stoplight? The battery starts to get charged. Exactly that is happening in deep sleep. When we are not processing any emotions, we are conserving the energy and we feel energetic after the deep sleep. And the same experience happened to those people who know how to meditate. Because you cannot sleep every now and then as you want. So that is why we have meditation in place. Whenever we are meditating, after a while, we will be experiencing the same energy, the same vitality, the same positiveness as we were expecting after deep sleep. And meditation is the resemblance of Lord Ram, and deep sleep is the resemblance of Bharat. Because if you remember the story, both the brothers are selfless. Both of them are trying to give the kingdom to each other. Bharat is saying, you rule the kingdom. Ram is saying, no, you rule the kingdom. There is no selfishness. And that is why in deep sleep and meditation, there is so much of vitality after that, because there is no selfishness. A person in the deep sleep is neither a male nor a female, neither Indian or an American or an old or a young, because there is no identification when you are in deep sleep. There is no ego, there is no attachment. And that is why you feel so energetic after that. Same can be experienced with meditation also. Whoever practices meditation regularly can experience the same energy levels as you would experience after deep sleep. So Ram is meditation, Bharat is deep sleep, and that is why if you will see any picture of Ram and Bharat, they have the same skin color. And that is why the love between these two is so pure and so selfless, because of the energy that we get. So Lakshman is state of being awake. Shatrughan is a state of dreams. In both the states, there is a spectrum of emotions that we process. And both the states, we are exhausting our energy. But in deep sleep and meditation, we are charging up with the energy. Now the question is, why is Lakshman always with Ram? Because whenever you have to go in a state of meditation, you have to be from awakened, you have to go in meditation. So you are up, you go in meditation. You come out of meditation, you are up again. You cannot go in meditation from dreams. You cannot go in meditation from deep sleep. You will always go in meditation. So when we all gathered, we were all awakened. Then we sat down in meditation. What happened after 20 minutes? We are back in the state of being awake. So that is why Lakshman and Ram are always together. In order to process meditation, you can only do that from the stage of being awake. And after the meditation is over, you are back into the same stage. Now, why is Shatrughan and Bharat together? Because whenever you will go in deep sleep, you will always pass through the dreams. You will see the dreams, you experience the dreams, and then you go in deep sleep. And when you come out of deep sleep, you are still coming out through the dreams, though very momentarily. That's why whenever we wake up, we are able to remember some dreams. We might be able to remember the dreams that we recently just experienced, but we cannot remember the dreams that we experienced in the beginning of our sleep cycle. We can only remember the dreams at the tail end of the sleep cycle. So that is why when you go towards the deep sleep, you pass the spectrum of dreams. When you come out of deep sleep, you again come out through the spectrum of dreams. So deep sleep and dreams always together. Meditation and the state of being awake always together. That is why in the entire Ramayan, you will always see Ram and Lakshman together. And their other side, you will always see Bharat and Shatrughan together. Just because of their nature and how they couple together. So this is just one of a very small symbolism of this, I wouldn't say book, but a very small symbolism of the principle of Ramayan. And there are so many other characters that we discuss on weekly basis. Each and every character we try to understand what is the representation in our life, how does that character fit in our day-to-day life, what to learn from those characters. So today I just wanted to kind of start this practice, and I hope she would have joined earlier. Do you know anything about Ramayan at all? Okay, so the story is the 4 brothers, right? And then 2 of them, and Mata Sita goes to the exile, and then Sita is kidnapped, and then the whole story. So today what we were trying to understand is, so Ramayan is a lot more than just a story. It is just not about the movies and the TV series and the comics. The Ramayan itself holds secrets to our day-to-day life. So what I was sharing is, where does the 4 brothers fit into our 24 hours? So either you are awake most of the time of the day, or if you are going to sleep, you are in the dreams, then you go to deep sleep. And the 4th stage, which some of us practice, is meditation. So you are in between these 4 stages all the time. Most of the time we are awake. And what happens when we are awake? We are doing things. We are exhausting our energy. So you made a very nice cake. I told you, you got very happy. Imagine if you are seeing a dreams and I complimented on your cake, what will happen? You will feel happy again. But in the dreams, I am not there physically. There is no cake physically, but you still feel happy. And if I would have said, oh, your cake is so, I didn't like it at all, what you will feel? Oh, you will feel bad. And if I would have said the same comment in your dreams, you would experience the same thing. You get good grades in reality, or you get good grades in the dreams. The feeling is the same. And that is why the 2 out of the 4 brothers are twins, Lakshman and Shatrughan, because they have the same spectrum of emotion. And the other 2 brothers is deep sleep and meditation. You may not practice meditation right now, but you know what deep sleep experience is. Some days you wake up with a lot of energy, because when you are in the deep sleep, you are not processing any emotion. You have no idea where you are. Sometimes we just doze off, having no idea where we are. And then we just wake up with so much of energy. Because as soon as your mind and your intellect stop processing the emotions, there's a lot of emotions that we go through. Hatred, jealousies, competition, being judged. Sometimes we feel sad, sometimes we feel happy. But a lot of energy goes in processing those emotions.
Even love is overwhelming.
Sometimes love is overwhelming. You have to process love also sometimes. So any phase of your 24 hours where you are engaged in processing the emotions, you will feel exhausted. And any state where there is no emotion, you will feel energetic. So in deep sleep, there is no emotion. You are just there, and then you wake up and you are charged up. So this is how this book, and as we move forward, if I get chance to prepare more in the English, then I will share more. But just wanted to kind of share this. So next time when you see Ramayan or you hear these names of the 4 brothers, just do not think them as the character of a story. Try to see them in a different perspective. Anyway, hope everybody stays hale and healthy.